What's going on, everyone? This is TJ, and I'm right here reporting to you from the world's only FDA-proof bunker. And together with me, Dark Labs, Flame, the third iteration. Yeah, people, Flame V3, people, Flame V3. Actually, this is the only pre-workout that Dark Labs went through several iterations, people. Yeah, I'm gonna take you through the level of this thing, but then I'm actually gonna share with you my personal experience using this one. And most of you that are Dark Labs Flame fans wanna know, is it different? And how is it different from V1 or is it different from V2, which are very different from one another? Listen, people, listen, people. Today was my fourth time trying this one. I've had it for 10 days now, so I tried it on and off, and in between I actually tried V2 again and V1 again, people. So listen, people, towards the end of the video I'm gonna map this shit for you and tell you where it fits, if it fits in your Steam Junkie journey. Let's get right into it. Okay, people, so Dark Labs, obviously most of you know Dark Labs because of Crack, which changed, I want to say, everything for Dark Labs. It was the original DMAA pre-workout. Still has that same formula. It's up and down as far as availability. Most of the time it's not available. Suddenly it's available after a few months. Then Crack Gold, obviously, which was the hard-hitting version of the DMAA pre-workout. So these two pre-workouts, probably, I want to say, built the Dark Labs brand as a Steam Junkie pre-workout. Then they actually came out with Flame V1, the original one, which I have here. One of my all-time Dark Labs favorite pre-workouts. Listen, Flame, it was DMHA, it's like here, DMHA Araya, but this thing hit you so nice. Just perfect combination of mood elevation, energy, appetite suppression, by the way. Made my top list for pre-workouts for weight loss, actually. I'm going to link to that one below, just because the appetite suppression was insane. And then they came out with a V2 version of Flame. By the way, in the middle, they did a lot of limited editions. Undead King, oh my god, that shit is the hardest hitting Dark Labs one from an energy perspective. Barbarian, amazing for mood elevation. Non-DMAA, but just still amazing. Doesn't matter, DMAA, DMHA. Listen, people, what matters is the experience. Anyway, so V1 of Flame was what I just mentioned. Head buzz, clean energy, appetite suppression. Then they came out with V2, which I reviewed about a year ago, I want to say. That shit added a bunch of energy. So it was still the appetite suppression, but the energy was less about that head buzz happiness. It was more rage. It was more angry energy. It hit you definitely harder. And actually, for some people that used V2, if you're not the type of Steam junkie that likes the energy junkiness, not the euphoria junkiness, you almost felt it hard to feel the euphoria piece because the energy was overwhelming. So it was still there, but you just need to be able to be a Steam junkie to feel it. Anyway, so that was V2. I really liked V2. It was more rage. I'm going to link to that review below, even though you can't find it right now. They reformulated again, and now we have V3. Okay, people, let me take you through the label. So the label in V2 was different from V1. The label in V3 is different from V2 and V1. Still the same ingredients, but different quantities. Some of the ingredients are different, but they are more on the peripheral, like the pump formula and a bunch of the other stuff. But the stimulation, same ingredients, but different quantities. So let me take you through this. So a serving size is 4 grams. And yeah, 4.1 grams or 4 grams. 4 grams a serving size for V3. And then as far as what's in it, let me take you through this. So you have agmatine sulfate at 1 gram for pumps. Then you have arginine AKG, which is a new ingredient they added here for pumps also. So you have it here. Then you have beta PA at 500 milligrams, which is about the same that it was in the previous versions. Then, as far as the stimulation goes, you have caffeine anhydrous at 300 milligrams, which I think is similar. Then you have caffeine citrate at 200 milligrams. So caffeine citrate will hit you faster. It's supposed to be the more available energy, like a 10 minutes half-life. And then caffeine anhydrous, which we are all used to, 40 minutes. So theoretic is going to hit you really fast and then move on. But labels are just fucking labels. Yeah, people. Yeah. Anyway, 2-amino, 220 milligrams. I think it was 300 in V1. I can't remember what it was in V2. Then you have Araya genesis at 220 milligrams. And then you have isopropyl or sinephrine, 50 milligrams, supposed to help you with the energy and fat burning and just natural energy production. By the way, DMHA, Araya genesis, caffeine, you know, guys, if you're not new to this channel and you're a Steam junkie, this is sort of the stimulation, Steam junkie, almost base formula, right? Now, quality of the ingredients matter, how they come together, what else is happening in the pre-workout. If you add 4 milligrams of alpha-yo to a pre-workout, you're not going to feel any mood elevation because you're going to be running for your fucking life. Yeah. Okay. Then you have naringin, which I think also was in V1, wasn't in V2, at 25 milligrams, sort of like a brother for isopropanol-epinephrine, going to help you with natural energy production, fat metabolism, and alpha-yo at 1.5 grams. So alpha-yo at 1.5, for me personally, it really depends on the purity of the ingredient, and also labels are just fucking labels. You then never know if the manufacturer does a mistake, just spikes the shit out of this with extra alpha-yo, and it's going to kill you. But alpha-yo at 1.5 milligrams, for me, most of the time is perfect. Like, you get the benefits of alpha-yo from an energy perspective, but you're not getting the side effects, drooling and all that crazy ass when you put a lot of alpha-yo. That's actually stupid. I have to tell you, people, 3 milligrams of alpha-yo, if it's high quality alpha-yo in a pre-workout, is retarded. Retarded. I know it's not politically correct to say it, but it's retarded. It's just stupid. There's no way. You're losing 95% of humanity with 3 milligrams of alpha-yo.
He's got to be an idiot to put those on.
I would say 1.5 to 2 is classic. 1 to 2 actually is classic. If you go more, you're stupid. Okay, people, I digress. Listen, people. So this is Flame V3. Different, right? Different. But labels are just fucking labels. You never know how these things are going to come together. Let me take you through the experience. Okay, people, listen. Is this different than V1? Yes, it's different. Let me tell you how. Is this different than V2? Definitely different than V2. Listen, people, Flame V3 is sort of V1 on delay. That's what I would say, right? Like, let me tell you, with V1, the euphoric buzz and energy came in very fast. Like 10 minutes in, you knew something is happening and your head buzz started to move around. You were like euphoric, you felt the energy, everything just happened in 10 minutes. Flame V3, and I tried this, like I said, several times. This was consistent. Flame V3 starts probably half an hour later. Like, I would say if you take Flame V3 and you want to get that Dark Labs goodness of mood and energy and all that stuff, I would take it literally 30 minutes before I go to the workout. There's no beta-alanine in this one, even though I really like the beta-alanine tingling. Never was on Flame. There's no beta-alanine here. So taking it 30 minutes before is not going to get you like itchy and crazy. You're going to sit there. It's going to climb on you. Let it climb. I'm saying let it simmer, people. Let it simmer. Because it's going to take 30 minutes. When it hits you, then it becomes very similar from an energy perspective to V1, not V2. V2 was like, man, that slapped you and slapped you and slapped you. Like, the physical energy was very, very strong in V2. V1 and V3, the physical energy is there. It's apparent, it's in the zone, it's get shit done, but it's not heart rate going up, survival. The mood elevation comes in after like 40 minutes, I want to say, energy, and then the mood elevation comes in. Different mood elevation than V1, I want to tell you. V1 was very, you know, this, if you would think music with V1, then V1 was more Post Malone type, you know, circles, better now, like you're dancing, like almost on the verge of happiness. V2 was fucking rage, it was angry, it was more like hard rock Metallica type shit. V3 is like electronic music, like EDM, right? Like if you've ever heard trance music, right? Like a psychedelic trance. It's less about happiness, it's more in the zone, mood, focus type thing. It's the focus type of mood, if that makes any sense. It's like, think electronic music when you heard, you know, if you smoked like something, you took like something, and you smoked some weed, and you went into an electronic music party, right? Where they go in the woods, and you see all these people like this in the zone. They're not smiling, they're just in the zone. That's V3, right? V1 was more happiness, euphoria, better now, Post Malone. V2 was Metallica. This one is astral projection. Google astral projection. Go on Spotify or YouTube. Astral projection Madhava. This is what this sounds like. It's like, it's in the zone. It's less about the happiness. It's more in the zone euphoric. It's a very good experience. Again, for a pre-workout, it's a very good experience. It's different than V1, different than V2. Sorry. Another thing I'll tell you, this did not have the same appetite suppression effects V1 and V2 had on me. It had appetite suppression, but you know, with V1 and V2, that shit lasted for like 10-12 hours, the appetite suppression. Here, you feel it, but more like 3-4 hours, I want to say, so way less appetite suppression. For some of you, it's a good news. For some of you, it's bad news. way less appetite suppression. So like I said, people, the most important thing here, don't take this and then in 10 minutes later or 20 minutes later expect something to happen. This takes easily 30-40 minutes to peak. So I would take this, let's say my gym is like 20 minutes away, I would take this 10 minutes before I go out. I would let it like simmer, I would let it start to boil up, and then go hit the gym when it starts hitting, which is 30-40 minutes in. Listen, people, Flame V3, different than V1, different than V2, but really good if you're looking for that in the zone focus type mood elevation, not necessarily like happy or rage, in the zone electronic music, people. This is it. It is what it is, people. By the way, as far as pumps, you're gonna be pumped because you're gonna work out hard. This is not like a pump formula. Add a pump formula to it, whatever it is, FSU, Apollo Nutrition, Blood Sport, whatever you want. But if you care for pumps, pumps are more vanity. But this is the pumps formulas are not there. Listen, people, the straight answer to what does V3 from Flame by Dark Labs feels like. As far as where you can find them, I'm going to link below to the page on Fitness Ninjas. You can find deals, coupons, save some money while supporting the channel. Listen. If this review was helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, because this is what we do here. We help you make smart decisions about the supplements that you buy.